Hey guys, Salvi here, just reminding you to, of course, like, subscribe, and follow, and all that kind of good stuff that YouTube asks if you enjoy what video I'm going to put out for you today. Thank you. He is gone. As we move on to Aster Arcadia, the big news that is out there in everybody's minds, Aster Arcadia has been separated, quote-unquote separated, from Nijisanji EN. Now, the way that they did it was really messed up because they did it worse for Twisty. I really feel bad for Twisty and the way that they did it with her. There's, of course, Aster Arcadia. All the things here, everything's protected. This has been removed. Aster's stuff here has been removed as well. And this is, of course, a lot quicker. Well, I mean, it's as quick as they needed to be when it comes to this part. I'm glad at least they were quick on that part. But the fact that they did separation with him, where they noticed here. Its announcement regarding Aster Arcadia. We hereby inform you that Aster Arcadia will be separating from Nijisanji EN as of July 15th, Japan time of course, and will not resume streaming activities. And one of the big activities that he was going to have is this famous cooking stream that was pushed back to July 25th. It is a stream that will never be. Properly good that it will never be. Because according to all of the allegations that happened against him, that were made against him by tons of different people, by several different people. We know about it in the Razia Warmonic document, where she mentions that Luca Kaneshiro was informed of the fact that there were allegations against him, that people were very uncomfortable around him, that he did things like, I'm just going to remind you of the things that he did. He did things like want people to go into his to a hotel room with him, fly people to Japan to him, fly people over to him, talk to him. Same thing with Twisty, where she said, hugging him and things like that. Wanted, to hold her hand to make her feel better. That type of thing. Very creepy stuff. If you also remember, she did actually confront him about how he acted with a fan, saying it's not right for you to do this. It's very wrong of you to do this. And he kind of played it off as like a joke or etc. All that kind of stuff showed you the kind of person that Aster was. And that makes me very happy that they at the very least got rid of him. But what does suck, as I've said down here, it does feel like protecting him again. I don't think we're ever going to see the results of the investigation. I do hope they put it out, because separation is a nicer way of saying we have split ways or even internally fired him. This is the nicest way you can say they're no longer going to work with us. We fired him. We gave him the boot. And this is basically a very PC way of saying it, a very big way of saying it for the investors, as in like, oh, it's not a big deal. It's going to be fine. You don't have to worry about anything. This is more for the investors, more for the fans than it is for me or you or anyone who's looking for justice. Justice did not happen here because he did not get outed as actually doing what he did, what he was accused of doing. He was just kind of pushed out the door, pretty much, and kind of like out the back door, but kind of given this very, very simple, very short explanation of why he was gone. This does not sit well with me. It does not feel good for me, but it's the best that we got right now. I'm just glad that Twisty now got a little bit of justice. Delulu Deliria is someone who is, debuted. He has that form that you can see there. She used to be Twisty Amanazako from Nijisanji. The Twisty Amanazako who had a lot of strength and had a lot of fortitude to be able to go out and take the risk and say on Delulu Deliria, on her channel and everything, that Aster did all these things. Now Nijisanji tried to hide it. I did cover it because I felt it was news that needed to be said. And she is, of course, happy that Aster is gone, more than likely. And she is the one that brought about, finally, the end of Aster inside of Nijisanji. He had already allegedly made a lot of people uncomfortable, a lot of women uncomfortable, allegedly also including Scarlet Yonaguni and other people, including fans and others, made them very uncomfortable. Twisty had enough, and she was like, you know what, screw this. I'm done being diplomatic. I'm done giving them the opportunity. They try to pay me off, because she did say that. Nijisanji tried to give her a settlement in order for her to shut up and not say a darn thing. So they knew something was up. They knew they probably had a victim and predator situation there. And, allegedly at least. I only can say that because legally it hasn't been found, but you know, court of public opinion and everything, you already know the way I think about it. But all these allegations, they're like, this is too much. This can be very bad publicity. We need to be done with this. So they try to pay her off. Now she's doing victory laps as she should. So here we go. She says, in my lane, flourishing, cute cats at every angle, daughter debut soon, real, piowing all day, piao every day, being able to afford anything I want to do for my fans and my rent, no problem, piablem. Lulu bros, is this winning? Stay winning. If your friends are winning, then you are winning. Lulu always winning. Then other people as well. Everyone's saying winning. And down here, she is ruthless by saying not even just women. Someone was probably saying, you know, you protected women, etc. Not even just women. Knowing they can celebrate their anniversary and every anniversary and project after in peace without having to ever work with him again makes me feel so happy for them. And of course, you have a troll down here saying they're glad that the Noth can never going to think about them again. And she says, cry about it. I will always love them and pray for their success. And Danoth will pray for hers as well. Because no matter what you think about Twisty or anything like that, they were friends, they were together, they were a group. You can't take that away from her, and you can't take that away from them either. So I'm very happy that she has this win. I really, really, truly am. Despite Aster being gone officially, as in he has been separated from the agency, as I've already mentioned in previous parts of this video, or at least other videos, he has gone. But they still have him in the full set of, you know, this is their actual site that I will go to. It is a snapshot here, but this is the actual site as of me recording this. By the time you guys see it in the time that you do, I'm recording this before you guys see it, it might be gone. This is pretty soon after this happened, so of course I wanted to get this before they decided to delete everything. He is not gone from there, and they took, remember, if you remember correctly, they took Twisty Amanazako, the person that accused him of all these things, took Twisty Amanazako off almost immediately. In fact, before they even made the announcement, she was gone, or pretty soon after she was gone. Aster Arcadia also has all of his merch out there. The merch down here, you can see the Aster stuff, Happy Holidays. You can see 71 pieces, I believe, or something like that. 73 pieces of things that are a part of Aster merch, or at least marked as Aster merch. You can see him in very many places. The nostalgia packs, other things like that. They still have it fully in there. Why? Because he has been there for a while. So he is fully ingrained in everything that has to do with Nijisanji. This, of course, is not good because, of course, they're going to be losing a lot of money. And it's their own fault for not being able to rein him in when they had the chance. And also for not listening early on to the many complaints, from what I've heard, the alleged complaints, the alleged tons of complaints that have been out there. They didn't listen to it, and they are stuck with the consequences now. People are saying here, you just saved Intern-kun from getting scolded and bringing this up. Other way around, we just made Intern-kun get scolded for not removing Aster. Intern-kun, this is at the time of recording. It is like 3 or 4 hours after they have announced it. It is not this early in Japan right now. It is later in Japan. It is the afternoon in Japan when I'm doing this. So they should have already had an intern look at this and remove it. So this shows you how slow they work when they really don't want to remove somebody. When they see somebody as a problem, as they did Twisty, they removed her pretty darn fast. Kind of shows you the duality of and the double standards that Nijisanji does go through. Knowing that Aster is gone, I do agree with this person here saying release the Aster files, release what you know about it. Of course, redact any actual identifying information, whether it be the actual names of the people involved, or you can make it, you know, code names of, you know, Aster, Twisty, etc. Because, you know, at least release something. Look, we investigated, we found that he did do some improprieties here. That is why we are separating from him. They should release something. The private messages could be a little bit harder because depending on their actual physical location, it may be harder to do that as an agency. But remember, way back in the day during the Selen incident, they released internally a bunch of documents that had Selen's real name, that had which is now Dokibird, that had Selen's actual name, a lot of her medical diagnoses, and things like that. So if they can release that internally, why can't they make a redacted form to release to the public? They don't, because that'll make them look even worse. People down here are like, Niji will do nothing. Most of the victims surely won't also, since reliving the trauma is not something most people want to do. That's true. Most people just want to be done with it, want to pass on. When it comes to the victims, I am perfectly fine them not wanting to talk about this ever again. I am going to harp on it because that's what I'm here for. I am here to, I'm not going to say I'm here to talk for the victims, because I'm not a victims advocate or anything like that. I'm just a regular individual that hates when people do this kind of stuff, that hates when people are creepy like this and make people feel uncomfortable in their job or anywhere else that they are where it's supposed to be a safer place for them. Anything like that, I will speak out against, because that is not the VTuber community I want. That is not the VTubers that I want in the community. And that is just, it is unfair and it is not justice to not have these out there. Rat warning, big ol' rat warning. I have to give that warning before I say this because this is still just an unconfirmed rat, unverified rat out there. Aster Arcadia has recently been, canceled, gone from Nijisanji, and suddenly someone popped up named Aetha, who also says decided to leave the account for good. Will stay public for those who want to reminisce. Thank you very much, Arcadians. You're also strong. We scale for the late game. So that is the person there, of course. And let's take a look at the people who follow them. The actual, not followed by anyone that I follow at least, but there are people here that, of course, are mentioned by others here. You can take a look at the followers here. The reason why people think account only follows Aster, Bio on Twitch, skating for the late game is something like Aster said a lot, and it's because of his like of a specific league person. Bio's 8-ball that Aster likes, and that's shaky at best. But let's take a look here. A lot of people think it's very much Aster. Athea, also this person here. Stubby is someone who followed Zigneon, who was pre-Aster days. And his friend pre-Aster follows him as well. It is, of course, someone who'd follow them. Skating for the late game comes from his proficiency of Kassadin, one of the best late game champions in the game. And the phrase is pretty common for his player base. As Zigneon, he was #1 Kassadin NA. And he also played it a lot as Aster and used that specific saying as well. Now that is also, like I said, a rat. That is also kind of shaky at best. But let's take a look at this. Check his followers, and there are a good number of them with either Aster's Oshi mark or other Niji Liver Oshi marks. I still wait for a vocal debut because, of course, we don't know yet. But take a look at it, watch it, and just see if it's the same one so you know who to avoid. If he pops up, you already know, hey, I'm going to avoid this person. Don't harass. Don't send any hate to this person, especially not before we get some kind of not only vocal confirmation, but also based on their activities, based on their mannerisms. Because remember, once someone has mannerisms for many years and way of talking for many years, that changes very little. Aster is not known as a vocal person, like a VA type person, where he's acting as a different person on his stream. He very much acts like himself. So it's very likely that when you see him play either league or something like that, you'll be able to tell. And of course, everyone's saying it's likely him, but we will see at the end of the day. I can't say 100% it's him. And for me, it's like a 50-50 because of the coincidental stuff, just the coincidences. And we don't have his voice. So it's maybe more like 40-60 that it is versus isn't. We don't know yet. You can push it one way or the other. If you hear the voice, just wants to let you know a lot of people are looking just to make sure that he does not get the post-Niji buff. Because whether he's inside of Nijisanji or not, remember, he has been accused of very horrible things by very, very many people. So it's not just one. It's more than one. It's more like 10 people from what I know. A lot of people have accused him of those things. This person is not someone that you want to follow because they do not have a good personality. Welcome back, everybody, to the VTuber Showcase, the place where I like to showcase up-and-coming VTubers of various sizes, shapes, forms, types, everything in between. Why do I do this? Because I want it to be a positive space for VTubing and VTubers overall. Today, we're talking about Whooith, which is a Druid VTuber, Twitch streamer. Join my community Discord link on card as well. Hey, I'm Who, Druid VTuber. Chaotic Comfy Owl is here to entertain. And of course, here we go. We're going to take a look at what they have here.
Oh, I can only drop them. I can't eat them. Guess I'll just throw it.
Drop it. Drop it. Oh, just...
Well, they just dropped it there.
I didn't expect you to actually, because I threw something at you earlier and you didn't fucking fall over.
So there you go. So there you go. That hit. That was a big hit.
Don't you dare.
That was a big one. That was a big one there. Let's take a look at their YouTube channel. This is the YouTube channel with, of course, their VODs here, which is good to have. I always agree that VODs are a good thing to have when you're doing any Twitch content because Twitch deletes them pretty quickly. So, of course, thank you, Whooith, for allowing me to showcase you on my channel, and I do hope this helps you in some way. Thank you guys for watching as always, and of course take a look, and if you enjoy everything, like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell notification icon, all those things that YouTube asks of you. Really do appreciate you. Have a wonderful day.